Kick this pig like it owes us money.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Trip Smoke Pit. Tonight, I'm talking to Last Call Quinn from the other side of the border. No, I'm not talking about Mexico. I'm talking
the better side of the border.
The other border, the
no Mexican
Canucks. And since we're talking about Canadians and weirdos, fucking not Saddam Hussein, but Fidel Castro is Justin Trudeau's mom, dad,
uncle.
Yes,
daddy.
Something. So tell us about this, Mr. Canada.
So there's a wide-held conspiracy theory up here in Canada. It goes deep within our roots, along with many tales we tell up here in our igloos. It goes something like this. Back long, long ago, when the sun still rose in Canada, our Prime Minister, long, long ago, went down to a small island of Cuba.
For context, Justin Trudeau's dad was the prime minister at the time.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau, yes.
Yes.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau went down to the small island of Cuba.
Wait, Pierre Elliott? So he was also French.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oui, il était français. Alors, il était romantique.
Ik spreek kein Frankrijker.
No spreken de Dutch. Hey, why did the French have trees along the river?
So that Germans can march in the shade?
Yes. Anywho, where were we? Right. Pierre Elliott, Cuba. So
Pierre goes down to Cuba
with his wifey
to get a little freaky,
to get some Cuban cigars. And long story short, allegedly, his wife allegedly good push, bud. Yeah. His wife got a very large handmade cigar from Fidel, filled with some special tobacco that about 40 odd years later gave us Justin Trudeau.
Now, I have a question about that. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the Monica Lewinsky, Bill Clinton thing, but what is it about heads of state inserting cigars?
No,
but it's weird, though. Like, if you fucking look at pictures of fucking Justin Trudeau next to fucking goddamn Fidel Castro, they look exactly the fucking same. And
they do. It's creepy. It is creepy. Like, it may have influenced his politics slightly to make him more liberal.
Could be. Although, my question about that in Canada is liberal left and conservative right, because I was talking to some Australian people, and down there, if you're on the right side of the political spectrum, you're a liberal, and if you're on the left side, you're a conservative down there. So they're like upside down, like in more ways than one.
Yeah. So in Canada, we have officially 5 parties.
Yeah.
We have the Liberals, who are left. We have the Conservatives, who are right. We have the PPC, who are left. They're our Socialist Party. We have the Green Party, who are left. They are environmentalists.
Hey, we got one of those too, except for nobody pays attention to them.
Same here.
Okay.
Yeah. We have the Bloc Québécois. They are the Quebec province, because the Quebec Party, because apparently the French get their own party.
Is that thing all about, French emancipation?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have the People's Party of Canada. It's not a communist party. They're actually conservative.
Well, the other thing too is wasn't Newfoundland not part of Canada until the 50s or some shit?
80s. Yeah.
It's still weird that was 2 countries fucking 30.
It was really weird, but now we love Newfies can drink. Well, let me tell you. Oh, yeah. Newfies can drink. Canadians can drink, but Newfies can drink. Newfoundland is our Texas, essentially.
But colder.
Yeah, but colder.
That's also where the Vikings ended up, right?
Yeah, that and PEI.
You know what's funny is I was watching this thing, and they were these archaeologists were excavating this Viking burial mound in Alaska. And they're like, but the Vikings didn't come this far, so we have no idea where this came from. And it's like, guys, I hate to break it to you, maybe they fucking did.
Well, they went all the way. The Vikings went all the way down to India and stuff.
Yeah, no, they had a weird fucking history. But what is it? like Minnesota, like I guess on the west end of the Great Lakes, like one of the fucking Native American tribes there, like they're the only Indians that had a flag, and their flag happened to be the same flag that whatever Eric the Red fucking came over there as, and they're like, they had no pre-Columbian contact, right?
None whatsoever.
Yeah, which is why they're flying Eric the Red. It wasn't Eric the Red, but some other name like that, because you have to have some fucking stupid name, like Nordic name, the thing. Normally a color.
So what's your Viking name? Let's get a Trip Viking name going.
I don't know. I think fucking Trip the Destroyer fucking works well.
I was thinking more Trip the Drunk, or maybe Trip the
Mead Destroyer.
There you go.
There you go. And Quinn on Last Call.
Funny story how I got my nickname. So my last name sounds a lot like Last Call. So I was at a bar one night, and they said, "Last call for food." I was like, "Yes." My buddy turns around and said, "No." They said, "Last." You know what? You spend too much time at bars, and you're now last call.
But I'm always here for last call.
Exactly. I'm the last call you ever want to make. If you're calling me for something, like either you're hiding a body or you need more beer.
Watch you fuck that up too. It's like fucking like, hey man, I need you to help me hide a body. All right, give me a second. All right, Uber. Speed dial. Oh shit. Hey, sorry, man, I've been compromised.
You might want to move to Mexico for a little while.
That's something. Do Canadians like kill people and then like run away to America?
I've never heard of that happening, but I'm sure it probably has happened.
Like somebody like steals a cop car, is like, get him, boys, we're going to fucking Texas.
Honestly, though, if I had to go anywhere, it'd probably be Texas. If I had to leave the great state of Canada, the great country of Canada,
great state of Canada,
if I had to leave the greatest country in the world to go to our rowdy next door neighbors, I'm going to Texas.
Now, see, that's the exact opposite of what I would do. Like if I was in charge, fucking like when I did all the evil dictator shit, first thing I would do is I'd annex Canada, then I'd annex Mexico, and then everything down to the Panama Canal, and then just make that all America and be like, you can still be Canada. You're just the state of Canada, not America. Can't.
See, we almost did that with you.
Yeah, and then you guys were like, yeah, you know what? These red uniforms are pretty spliff.
Seriously, if you look it up, there's a Canadian general. He was made a general. He moved to he like immigrated to Canada from Britain, spent some time in Canada, so he was Canadian technically. He got into a war with, and I think it was War of 1812. Yeah. Was George Washington still around in 1812?
No, I think he died a little bit before that.
Okay. Well, he was going to shoot one of the generals in the back, which would have been a major turning point in the War of 1812, but he didn't because he didn't want to shoot a man who was fleeing in the back.
Well, you know what's weird about 1812 is everyone claims victory. Like the British say that they want it. We say we want it. You guys
say we want it.
The Americans out, so we want it. It's like, well, I mean, if everyone accomplished their goals, is everyone a winner here? Because like we stayed a country, you guys didn't become part of us, and the British got whatever the fuck they wanted.
See, I like to view it as technically it was a truce, so no one won. But if you have to get into very specific, so we burned down your capital, so you're welcome for the White House.
You were still them at that point, right?
Technically, kind of.
Yeah, when did Canada stop being England?
1876.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, so you're still fucking Brits at that point.
We were like the Canadian province of Britain, and it wasn't even the full Canada at that point. It was just like part of Quebec and Ontario.
Well, a lot of it was still France, though, right?
Yeah, half of it was France, half of it was, and then we had that entire debacle because France supported you guys in your little separation from mom and dad.
You know what was another funny thing was so like they call it the Louisiana Purchase, but it was pretty much everything like from the Mississippi River to like almost California. But that was all French during like, you know, our fucking revolution. And then when Napoleon fucking got up on his shit, he was like, all right, so I have to do something with our stuff in the Americas. If I don't, the British are going to take it. Hey, America, I will just sell this to you for like dirt cheap. And we're like, why? He's like, so the Brits don't take it? And we're like, what do you want? He's like, I don't know, $5. We're like, here you go, buddy. So we bought half of our country from the French so that the Brits didn't take it from Napoleon.
Because you hate mom and dad more than we do.
Yeah, and one of my other fucking favorite things is like every time like something happens like international news wise, and then or even like domestic news, but like some fucking asshole fucking Brit gets in on it. I'm like, where do you think we learned it, Dad?
Did you ever watch Hamilton?
No.
No.
I've heard the soundtrack, but it was like, you know, when you're driving with somebody, like, listen to this, it's great. It's like, I didn't see the play, dude.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is one of the 2 musicals I've ever watched in my life.
What was the other one?
Greatest Showman.
Yeah. But anyway, about Hamilton.
Back to Hamilton.
Hamilton.
I would recommend it. I would recommend it. English is hard. Speak 3 different languages, and English is my first, and it's still hard. Just like me for you in a ponytail, but I mean, what? But I would recommend it just because it is part of your history, and a Canadian has seen it before you, so that's kind of embarrassing. But there are some historical inaccuracies that I want to see if you can catch.
Like, are they egregious, or is it like, well, I mean, he was wearing a red shirt that day. I mean, you know.
Well, kind of. Well, do you know why America didn't support the French Revolution?
From what our history books told us, that's stupid Europeans doing dumb European shit, and that's not our business. Also, we were in a naval war with the French at the time.
Not only that, but there was also Alexander Hamilton at the time. He was a very devout Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously didn't live up to that later in his life when he had an affair and stuff like that. But we ignore that for now.
Yeah.
Because, but he was like, he didn't like atheists. And the French Revolution was predominantly a secular movement where they were burning down churches and stuff. And he was like, no, I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, fucking, who was it? Was it Louis that was the king at the point?
Yeah, it was King Louis.
Yeah, so fucking...
With Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, so a couple of years before that, fucking the French Navy was hurting, and they were like, well, we can't get people to join the Navy. Let's just like abduct other sailors and make them part of our Navy. And the British have fucking done that forever, so the French like learned it from them. But they started doing it to us, like just stealing our fucking merchant ships and like taking our sailors and making them part of the French Navy. And we're like, stop that or we're going to shoot you. And they're like, we just like helped you win a war against the British, like shut up, kid. And then we're like, okay. And then we had this like real fierce naval war with them in the fucking 1780s, 90s.
I mean, to be fair, does anyone want to join the Navy at this point?
No, this is back then, like, and that was fucking like worse. Like fucking, if you get into fucking like naval history, being a sailor before like, I don't know, like 1890 was pretty much worse than slavery, and most of the time you were actually a slave too.
Well, that's why so many people turn to piracy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like, well, I mean, being on a boat's still gonna suck, but this way I get to go to port and bang hookers, and I get paid to do it.
Yeah.
Instead of some fucking British asshole fucking kicking my ass for fucking not pulling a lanyard fucking hard enough.
That sounds like the army too much.
Yeah.
But I will say this, because I also have Marine friends. I know I have friends. It's weird. But Marines are a department of the Navy.
yeah, it's in the name. It's Department of the Navy, United States Marine Corps. That's the full thing.
So does that mean
like we have an anchor in the fucking thing, dude? Like,
so does that mean you turned your love of men into a love of crayons?
No.
Oh, so you just compounded the two then?
No. See, fucking what people don't really fucking understand about that though is crayons are like waxy and they're fucking like brittle too at the same time. And people make the jokes about fucking Marines eating crayons, but the only crayons they've eaten are like Crayola. But like in the Marine Corps, you get like the knockoff dollar store brand, and it's not all it's fucking cracked up to be, man. Like, I don't know if you've eaten one of those like Rose Arts.
No.
No, it's low bar shit.
So what's the best type of crayon to eat then?
Pastels.
Oh, really? Why pastels?
It's kind of like the difference between eating a stale, like fucking, I don't know, sunflower seed or like a bad fucking pistachio versus eating like a fucking gummy bear or like a Swedish fish.
Oh.
Svensk.
So if you hadn't joined the Marines, which branch would you have chosen?
So if I could do it all again, I would have just joined the fucking Navy because, you know, I have done a couple deployments on ship. And yeah, you know, ship life's doing fucking whatever ship life is. But, you know, once every month or two, you get to get off the boat for a week in places like Singapore or Hong Kong or fucking Malaysia. And since you haven't spent any money in 3 months, you get to live like a fucking rock star for a fucking week in some country you haven't ever been to. And I'd have just done that instead. Like, I mean, like, I really like being in the fucking Marines. But at the same time, it's like, all right, so you're going to like work for like a month straight and then you're going to be a rock star for a week. Work for a month straight, be a rock star for a week. Like, that's...
And they all count as deployments.
Dude, no, the other thing, though, too, about that, though, is, like, fucking people don't realize how fucking drastic the convergence fucking rate actually is. Like, so when we were in Singapore, which is a nicer, you know, fucking richer fucking first world fucking country, you know, we get to this fucking place and the only like beer they had, or the cheapest beer they had was like, you know, 10 fucking bucks. And we're like, okay, fine, give me the fucking $10 fucking beer. And it was 1.5 liters of beer. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, fucking bring it on.
Blender.
But then you go to fucking places like Cambodia or Vietnam, who are doing communism fucking right, by the way. I know.
How do you do communism right?
Because you have 50-cent beers, you have fucking karaoke, and you have this shit where you go into this fucking place, you give them fucking $20, they give you unlimited fucking beers. It's fucking entertaining as hell, and they assign a girl to make you happy all night.
Well, looks like I'm moving.
Is that Fortunate Son playing?
Please let there be a second Vietnam, because we all know Canada is joining you guys this time.
Yeah. Well, but Canada didn't go last time? I thought Canada did.
No. Huh. We sent peacekeepers over after to sue.
I know the Australians and the South Koreans showed up.
Yeah, but we sent peacekeepers over after to, you know, make sure stuff didn't pop off again, and then, you know, we sent guys over to make sure the peace accords went well because we're a peacekeeping nation.
Yeah, peacekeeping nation. Fucking, have you read about what Canadians do? Like, they shot down the Red Baron.
Yeah, I am well aware, and I am well proud of that.
Yeah, no, we're peacekeepers, eh? You can't start a war if you're fucking dead.
Exactly.
Everyone thinks the geese are pretty. You ever been in a fight with a goose?
They are literally snake birds.
Yeah, no, they're fucking evil. Like them and swans. Everybody thinks, oh, swans are so fucking pretty. They're fucking murder bots with wings.
Why do you think there are so many hunting seasons for geese in Canada?
Because if you don't depopulate them, they're going to depopulate you. It's
exactly.
Kind of like, have you heard of the fucking emo war?
That is why Canada is the only undefeated nation in every war.
Because
Australia lost to the emus. That is the greatest thing in the world, and Australia says they are undefeated. You lost to birds, Australia.
Yeah, it's like, so we're gonna send a couple machine gun regiments out there to take care of this.
You know.
How did the fucking emus win this? Fuck, I got this shirt. It's just a silhouette, but it's an emu, and he's got a Lewis gun over his back and like the Brody helmet.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's fun shit. Fucking. Yeah, no, fucking, yeah. That, and then, fucking, I guess Canada, like, just because off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody that fucking has beaten Canada in a war, unless you consider, like, maybe losing one of the Indian Wars or something. But,
well, technically, Canada became a country in 1876.
Oh, yeah, so you've been to, like, Iraq, Afghanistan, and, like, Kosovo since then, so.
World War I, World War II. We were on the right side of those.
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. 1876. All right, never mind.
Yeah,
I was thinking the Newfoundland thing for a second.
Nope. World War I, World War II. Korea. That was a draw. And we were brought over by you guys. Thanks for that, by the way. Then we went Iraq, Afghanistan, and Kosovo.
Yeah.
And we haven't lost the war. So
there was somebody else I was fucking making fun of on fucking Facebook about this. It was in like one of those like world cultural history fucking shit posting groups. And this same conversation came up, but it was like with Mexico. And it's like, dude, Mexico's like, no, I was talking shit about Texas on TikTok. That's what it was. And Texans get so fucking caring about that shit. And it's like, cool, you beat Mexico in a war. Good job. You did it. And they're like, we kicked the French out. And it's like, that's not exactly something to brag about, man. Oh, French. Oh no. Otherwise, that's funny though, because
the French only surrendered in one war, but it was kind of a big war.
Yeah. So like historically speaking, France is the most militarily successful fucking country on the planet.
Oh yeah.
Like what is it? They lost to the Romans, but they weren't France then. They were barely even Gaul. So like you might be able to count that.
On a technicality.
Yeah, on a technicality. They fucking lost the Franco-Prussian War. And then they don't count World War II, but it's like, yeah, dude, no,
it kind of bailed early on us, and we really needed you there.
Yeah,
you had the resistance, but that's
yeah. But where'd you get the supplies for that? America and the UK were giving it to you. Oh, okay, all right. Who was actually running your insurgent groups? It was the OSS and whatever was before fucking the SAS was,
and a bit of the CIA there too.
Oh, what was that? And half of you guys decided that the Germans were doing it right, and you just like joined their army. Little known fucking fact: the fucking Battle of Berlin, there was like no fucking Germans there. Most of that was like Latvians and French.
That's why I love. That's why I love Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, don't shoot me. No, what was genius about that though is like in that fucking movie they didn't give you subtitles, so you had no idea what the fuck they're saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you had to like go back later and like watch it on YouTube. And you're like, oh shit.
Oh, these guys are what? Steven Spielberg, man, genius.
Yeah. Fucking what is it? When they shot that though, they had I think a few of the original fucking Higgins boats that were like actually there. Like
really?
When they were rolling up to it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like the inside shots. Yeah, like a lot of it was CGI, but like the inside shot inside the thing, that Higgins boat was actually like there for that.
I'm learning things on the Smoke It. Wow, I did not expect to learn things today.
Oh come on, yeah, I gotta learn something every day. Well, he's one little thing.
See, I learned a lot about Hinduism today. So
yeah, anything fun? Anything fun?
Oh, they have over 3 billion different gods.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And that it's not really Hinduism is not really a religion. It's more that it was when the Portuguese originally went to India, they were like, oh well, these guys have a lot of different gods that they pray to. We're just gonna categorize it as one religion and call it Hinduism.
So it's more like a fucking like regional demographic for just kind of like
exactly, yeah,
kind of like Native American religion. It's like, well, I mean, they all had their different ones. Man.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that is something I learned from my girlfriend today.
Fun.
Oh yeah. See, it pays to date in different cultures.
Yeah, but you have to stay away from Lebanese, Italian, and Latin women.
Oh, definitely stay away from Italian though.
They will slice your fucking tires.
Yep. Oh yeah. They will drive you crazy. I dated an Italian woman in high school.
None of that.
She well, on the bright side, she has a kid that's not mine now. So.
And Russians. Stay the fuck away from Russians. East Europe as a whole isn't bad, but like Russia is like nix that shit.
Нет, comrade. Здравствуйте, мне нужна твоя машина, я сюда. I mean, what? Did I just go communist for a sec?
Slovia. No, so like, what is it like? I've met a decent amount of Russians in my life. Every single one of them has been a fucking cock. Now, granted, I get it that they're all assholes, because if they're not assholes, they get invaded, and even though they win most of the time, they get really fucked up in the process. So it's like,
yeah,
if they're assholes, we won't want to fight them, and then they won't have to like burn all their shit down to like make us die of dehydration before we can kill
and hypothermia.
Yeah, which is actually kind of funny, because the the invading Russia in the winter is actually a fucking myth.
Oh yeah, the Mongols did it. Everyone can. You can do it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing though too is their winter's bad, but their winter's nowhere near as bad as they have like a mud season, and it's like, oh hey, you wanted to use tanks? Well, they're stuck in the mud. Oh hey, you wanted to use some horses? Yep, they're stuck in the mud. Oh hey, you wanted to walk? Well, you can't swim through mud, buddy.
By the way, speaking of amazing Indian girlfriends, and I have to say that because guess who just popped into the chat?
Oh, Ape Chino.
That's my girlfriend. Please don't hit on her.
I won't. I'm married.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You are a crazy woman to deal with.
Old man. But yeah, no, like fucking like the Mongols dude, the Mongols fucked up Russia so bad that they still haven't fucking financially recovered from it.
Really?
Yeah. Like one of the things the Mongols would do is, if you piss them off, is not only would they kill you, but they'd tear up all your fucking infrastructure and burn all your shit down. And they would do that to the point to where, like, if you like had like a fucking like irrigation system that, you know, fucking like wetted the fucking fields that was built, you know, 1,000 fucking years ago, and you know you've been fucking surviving off that for however fucking long, they go fill those fucking ditches in. So it's like you have to start all the way the fuck over. Like fucking the Mongols doing that kind of shit in Iraq actually is where the term "don't kill the messenger" comes from. Because Baghdad now is like 20 miles away from where Baghdad used to be. When the Mongols came through, they sent their emissaries to the fucking emir of fucking Baghdad. They're like, hey, listen, fucking, you're gonna be part of the empire now. Is that cool? And then the emir killed the messengers and then sent their heads to the Mongols. And Genghis Khan, being the very understanding person that he was,
so understanding.
Well, you know, they don't understand who I am, I guess. So send another fucking envoy and let them know what's going to happen. So the other envoy went and said, hey, listen, you need to surrender or bad stuff's going to happen. So the emir killed them too. They killed everybody in Baghdad. Like everybody. Fucking tore apart, literally brick by brick. Fucking like re-swamped the swampy areas. Fucking like tore up all the fucking irrigation shit. Like it's so bad that they also dollar for dollar have not fucking recouped since then. And B, when they rebuilt the new city, the old land was so fucked up that they're like, let's just build it over there because it'd be easier than like trying to fix this shit.
Plus, like half of Genghis Khan's like genetics is probably there now.
Yeah, well, dude, you know, like 1% of the human race is Genghis Khan's fucking like descendant, and I don't mean like the Mongols' descendants. I mean Genghis Khan specifically. 1% of the human race has that dude's DNA in it.
I mean, I hope I have his DNA in me. I'm probably like 99% Viking, though, if I'm being honest.
Well, I mean, fucking, they made it to fucking Poland, so. That's another thing. Fuck stereotype that fucking lives up to it. Yeah, war's gonna happen. Yeah, fucking Poland's getting invaded. Fucking
yeah.
World War II. Fucking Poland's getting invaded. The Crusades, by the way, not all the Crusades happened in the fucking Middle East. A lot of them happen in Europe. Poland gets invaded. The Mongols come through. Poland gets invaded.
Poor Poland. It's like the vantage point for every invasion.
Yeah. You know, there's a fucking desert in Poland.
What? No. It's winter in Poland. There's no desert.
It's a small desert. It's not big. It's like maybe the size of fucking Delaware or that like little bit of Canada that sticks down like towards Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Like it's small, but it's big enough to like
warrant it being called a desert.
Yeah. And the Nazis, before they went down to fucking Africa, they went to that desert in Poland to do their like desert training and shit. Granted, it wasn't as hot, but it was sandy and there's nothing fucking there. So you know, it's like, all right, well, so you fucking learn how to fucking maneuver through the fucking sand. Go to Africa, kids.
Good luck. Why does that sound like Marine training for some reason?
I couldn't fucking tell you.
Marine 29 Palms?
I fucking love 29 Palms. That's the greatest fucking place to be fucking stationed. I mean, because you got LA like right there, you got Vegas right there, and then there's this bar that like nobody fucking knows about for some fucking reason. It's like 20 minutes away from the fucking base. It looks like a bar you would see in a Western movie, like an old saloon, mostly because when they built it in the 50s, it was so that they can use it as a saloon fucking stage for like, you know, old movies back then, you know, fucking like they're like John Wayne was there for fucking a couple fucking movies, you know, just like that's where he walked into the fucking saloon. But nowadays, you know, an actual fucking tavern, they have like live music like every fucking night, and they have like sleeper shit that fucking goes on because it's like, oh hey, well, I'm gonna go get drunk. I don't know who fucking like Thin String in the fucking Coke cans are, but fuck it, you get there and it's not Thin String in the Coke cans. Fucking Paul McCartney's there. It's like, why the fuck is Paul McCartney playing in this fucking dive bar?
Why do I feel like that was some kind of inspiration for your book?
Oh, because everything I do is a fucking inspiration for my book. Fucking be careful what you say around me.
Did I ever tell you about the time where?
Interesting. Well, keep talking about that. Boy, yeah.
So were you actually a combat photographer, or were you like, okay?
Yeah. Or was that like a what?
Okay, I want to be sure because I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, fucking yeah, I was. And that was the greatest fucking job because I get to go see fucking everything, you know.
So what, like? Okay, I've heard a lot of stereotypes about the American military because you know, Canadian Armed Forces. It's kind of like the Marines. Every Canadian Armed Forces member until recently, because they changed training and stuff like that, is trained in rifle. Our cooks know how to shoot a rifle, know how to dig a trench, know how to operate a light machine gun, everything like that. But why is it that you guys have like left Amtrak repair people, left wheel, right wheel Amtrak repair people, or something like that?
Now that kind of technicality, I couldn't really fucking give you a specific on because I don't know any of those dudes. But as far as like everyone being like combat ready, in the Marines at least, is because we take that shit seriously and we're also self-sustaining in like the field, as to where like the Army and the Air Force work a lot fucking together, and like we work a lot with the Navy. Like I'm personally of the mind that like the Marine Corps should be absorbed a lot more back into the fucking Navy than it is, but that's neither here nor there for the fucking conversation. But while we're doing shit, like fucking like the cooks on our list are all fucking Marines, all the mechanics are fucking Marines, all the fucking people that like do fucking whatever are fucking Marines. But like fucking at least from my first deployment, like I know cooks that have been in firefights just because shit hit the fucking fan and they're like, well, I'm on post, fuck it, you know. And you know, we also like train for that. So, you know, as to where
why isn't your Army like that? Like you would think that every soldier, every Marine, every Navy person should at least know how to operate a rifle, so that if they're in that scenario, you know, the Army cook isn't left in the back like,
now
I don't know what to do.
Why that is, I really couldn't tell you. But I do know that that is fucking there, and I guess in the middle ground on that, like, you know, if we're doing like a fucking training event or whatever, like the cooks are going to leave the chow hall and go to the fucking field with you instead of, you know, them just like bringing out food fucking 3 times a day or once a day or wherever the fuck you're at. I mean, and that's not if you're just fucking, you know, eating MREs out there or whatever, but like they'll do shit to where like you know, they'll send the whole fucking unit out to do whatever, and then like say, you know, the admin guys, you know, or the fucking supply dudes or the cooks don't have a fucking job to do while they're out there. It's like, well, all right, well, cool. You don't have your job to do. You can still fill sandbags. You can still fucking dig a hole. You can still fucking do this. You can set up fucking security around here. And even though we're not going to like, you know, put the effort into fucking training you to go be like the fucking assault force, you can be like, we treat them as, like a secondary fucking,
support unit.
Yeah. But support's not the word I'm looking for. Like I guess rear echelon defense.
Or a REMP.
Yeah, but like instead of like actually hanging out, whatever, it's like, yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna be cooking, but like also I have a shift I gotta go do on the fucking line. Like I'm not gonna go out and like hit fucking target, but I'm gonna make sure no one comes here to do it. You know what I mean?
Okay, that makes sense. I never thought that though. Like I was I have some friends, and they were training down in the States, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we were doing like, do you guys do section attacks at all?"
Do what?
Section attacks, like say, Uppy sees me down, all that stuff.
Maybe I'm not familiar with your terminology, so that might be a phonetic difference.
Okay, but like you got one guy covering, one guy moving, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, bounding.
Yeah, bounding and all that stuff, and you got a group of people bounding and all that good stuff. So I was talking with the guy who was training down in the States. I don't know if it was Marines or Army. It was probably Army, if we're being honest, but they were like surprised that the guy who was driving one of the trucks was like, "Oh yeah, the guy went down and notionally went down."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the driver got out and took his place. So I was kind of surprised that.
Yeah, no. So with the Army, it's very unit by unit because like I'm not trying to talk fucking complete shit about the fucking Army. Like,
but you can.
They had no. Like, see, the thing about the Army though is like they're fucking enormous. They're fucking huge. Their top tier guys are better than anybody else on the fucking planet.
Like the Green Berets and stuff like that.
Yeah, that, and then like most of your actual fucking like airborne units and shit. But then anything after that, it's like, okay, all right. Now, granted, that's still better than pretty much anybody else on the planet. But compared to the inner fucking like not NATO, but like Five Eyes, so like us, you, New Zealand, the UK, and like Australia, it's like you're in that range of just like generic whatevers. I will say though, as far as like the Marine Corps fucking like specifically in the Army fucking differences is the Army does train you to be better at your specific job than the Marines will teach you, but the Marines will teach you to be better at being a Marine.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
That does, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then like, I guess in the core fucking culture, like you're almost never worried about being good at your job. You're worried about being a good Marine.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Breeds that mentality, I fucking guess.
Once a Marine, I've never heard anyone say, "Oh yeah, I'm a former Marine." No, I'm a Marine.
Yeah, I'm a Marine. Which is funny because they're not fucking paying me for it.
You got the GI Bill. You're good.
Yeah.
GI Bill and all that fun stuff. Spicy flashbacks.
Dude, fucking the GI Bill's not actually that bad. Like it's not a joke, but it is humorous, if that makes sense. Like not a complete joke. Like they're like paying for school and they're like paying somewhat of a fucking housing allowance. Like you still have to get a job while you're doing it, but like you don't have to like work like fucking 4 jobs to put yourself through fucking college,
right?
Or nothing. So they do got that going for them.
They paid for your wonderful arts degree.
Yeah, fucking.
How's that going for you, bud?
I dropped out.
Hey, I dropped out of university and college in Canada, so.
Yeah, all right. Well, no, it got to the point though where it was like, all right, so I'm better at this than all, but I want to say like one of my two of the teachers that I had. And to their credit though, like this one teacher I had who was wonderful fucking lady, fucking like she was sweet. She fucking kind of knew what she was talking about. She was great person, good teacher, but she was like 3 years younger than me. And it's like I've been doing this for like 12 years.
Longer than you have?
Yeah, and like we like fucking my first class I had with her was like her first like teaching class ever. So she was like fresh out of school. So it was like she knew how to teach, but I don't think she had her stuff quite down yet, Okay. I mean, granted, it was kind of fun because like her big thing was like she liked to make charcoal fucking drawings, and she didn't have like model, so like there was all like nude charcoal drawings of herself or her identical twin sister, and it's like, and this is what I want you to do with shadow work. I'm like, yeah.
Did you sleep with her?
No, I'm married.
Oh, you were married by that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
That like twins creep me out. Because like I imagine that like I'd walk into a fucking bar and then like I couldn't get out, but I'm like running from the cops for whatever reason, and I run into these fucking twins, and they're like, one of us only tells lies, one of us only ever tells the truth. And it's like, who do I buy the drink for?
Okay. So are twins completely off the table for you then?
No, nothing's off the table. I'm just saying it creeps me out.
Fair.
I mean, like whaling is a thing.
True.
It only happens at last call.
Hey!
Stuff. Things get desperate at sea.
Well, so we have confirmed it then. The Marine Corps and the Navy are both gay.
See, the thing is they say that the Marine Corps is the men's department of the Navy or the men's department of the gayest branch. And it's like, I don't know if that's exactly the brag you think it is, but okay.
See, I have had some solid conversations with Mikey Fahey, and I can confirm that is not the case.
Who?
Grunt style dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You ever heard of the Freedom Friends podcast?
Mm-hmm.
I'm the token Canadian on that.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and I annoy them to no end.
Nice.
It's great.
Nice.
Yeah, constant. They probably think I've gone full Navy on them.
Well, I mean, like you can't go full Navy on them because like that implies very American stereotypes as to where you're Canadian and no matter what you do, you're still gonna be part French. So anything fruity you do, it's like, well, I mean, that's his French side. Like,
oh yeah, ça c'est mon français parti. C'est magnifique. And they say Americans are uncultured.
Oh no, fucking, we're very cultured. We just only know the cultures of people we've invaded, which happens to be like most of the planet. So actually,
except for Canada.
There's 2 countries. No, we invaded Canada.
Successfully?
I didn't say successfully. I just invaded.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, like there's like 2 countries. One is one of those small little countries next to Nepal, and the other one is one of those countries in Italy that, because like there's like 4 countries in Italy.
Yeah.
But besides those 2, America has been either at war with or at war against every other country on the planet, which is like, considering how young we are, that's cool.
Not too shabby.
All right. Now, granted, a good amount of it. Actually, no, it wasn't. We started off going along with Dad. Fucking, we're gonna have the French Indian War. All right, cool. Showing us the ropes, buddy. Fucking England's like, hey, we're gonna show you how to do this. So, like, when you grow up, you can do it by yourself.
All right, Dad.
They're just fucking overachiever. Oh, yeah.
So, question. I'm still reading through I will admit I haven't finished your book yet.
That's all right.
But I'm still reading through like the first one, and I've reached the part where the beheading of the dad.
Oh, yeah.
Please tell me that can you confirm this actually happened or did not happen?
No, most of the book's bullshit.
Okay.
It's fiction. It's fiction, man. That's why it's in the fiction section. Granted, there's a lot of stuff that's inspired by true events, but a lot of it's like, when you're talking to somebody and somebody tells a story and you're like, man, that's really cool, but it'd be better if this happened instead.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff in that book is I heard a story or did something or had a friend that told me something or, blah, 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 whatever the fucking circumstance was. And it was either that's good enough to fucking write down by itself or, that was cool, but it'd be funnier.
Okay, because I was like, this sounds just true enough that it could happen.
No, I have not. Stick my dick in crazy is not the right term. It's also inaccurate.
Well,
no, I remember the Persian chick.
Yes.
So. Yeah.
Okay. Because I know that I knew that some of your book was based on personal experience, so I was like, this sounds just crazy enough for a Marine that. But then I also knew part of it was based on like which one was it? Which historical book that you were based on?
Oh, that one, the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah. Okay, I knew some of it was based on that, and then I was like,
yeah. Well, I mean, fucking, what is it? Yeah, no. So like a lot of it's just like conglomeration. Like originally, like I had this like book, like little fucking like moleskin book where every time I heard a good joke or somebody said something funny, I was like, all right, write that down. And then it was originally supposed to be like a bunch of short stories, you know, kind of just like an anthology. And I was like, you know, instead of a bunch of short stories, let's make all this happen to like 4 or 5 dudes.
Yeah.
And I think it works better like that.
Dude, I cannot get enough of it.
Good.
I've been trying to let my girlfriend onto it, but
yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah.
It's a very guy's book.
Oh, you don't say.
Nah.
What? Strip clubs and smoking and drinking and Marines being Marines? What?
Dude, no, that strip club was the best place on the planet. Like it was kind of like dingy and kind of a dive, and like the actual like strip club part of it sucked because like, you know, fucking you're in California, so they can't take off their panties, and you're also not allowed to touch the strippers. But at the same time, though, they had really fucking good food, and on Sundays they both would have an awesome breakfast buffet, and military got in for free, which is why, like in real life, that place was called the main attraction, but we all called it the Purple Church because it was purple, and you go there on Sunday because you get free food and titties.
Yeah. So that was okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm tracking.
Tracking like a tank.
So why arts?
Why
did you go from photography to writing?
Because fucking I hate photography with a fucking passion. Like, I mean, it wasn't originally that bad, but like once you do it as a job, it kind of kills it, you know.
What exactly does a Marine picture taker do?
You go out and you take pictures
of, like, you know,
whatever the fuck it is. And then like I guess one of the bigger misconceptions is like you imagine you just like go out and take the pictures, but like a lot of times it's like, all right, well, fucking we need whatever, or this unit requested fucking this kind of fucking support or whatever. So you go out with them while they're fucking gearing up for fucking training. You do all the fucking training with them. You do that deployment with them. And you know, fucking, you know, rinse and fucking repeat. Like fucking, like my first deployment, I was like in the same fucking platoon the entire fucking time. And it was like fucking like, oh, hey, cool, new guy. What do you do? I'm the pitch taker. Cool, you're a machine gunner now. Cool, I guess I can do both. Sure. And then they fucking love me because fucking, well, I know I present myself like a dipshit on the internet, but like when I'm working, different fucking story. But
what? So, no, never.
Yeah. But also the other fucking thing though was like, hey, listen, my camera, I can't take pictures at night, so I need you guys, if you're gonna put me on the watch fucking schedule, to put me on at night so I can do my job during the day. And they're like, you're gonna take the night watch so we could sleep? Like, well, I mean, I can't really work at night, so that's the only time it makes sense, right? And they're like, okay, so you're gonna hang out with us a lot.
There's a very valuable asset to be had here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing that like really, really sucked about it though was like you're always the new guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, fucking, you learn how to be the new guy. You learn how to be fucking sociable, so people fucking like you. It kind of fucking, you know, turns out.
Sure, join the Canadian Army. We can have beards in the army.
I worked with you guys a little bit, and what you guys came down to Virginia when I was there, like, you know, not a whole lot, like maybe 2 or 3 of y'all, I think. They were fun. There was this dude, he was a fucking Frenchie, but he was saying while he was, and this is the most Canadian fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. Like, listen, I love Letterkenny to death, but Letterkenny is from fucking Mexico as far as the story is concerned. But this guy, right, fucking, he was a fucking Canadian Army officer, and his brother, and like, now while you're down the range,
the one that you got the whiskey from?
Yes, but I'm going to tell a story anyway, so the people at home can know. So you know, the French Canadian officer, and you know, while you're down range, you're not allowed to fucking have alcohol, but his brother worked at a fucking maple syrup fucking canning facility, so he sent him like this crate of gallon-sized maple syrup cans, all filled with fucking whiskey. So he got his whole fucking unit fucking all fucked up from this, which is fucking great. But it's like, while you're down there, you have to open your mail. Like 2 people have to like watch the mail get opened to make sure no contraband comes in. You're not sending in drugs or whatever. Because like I don't know about you guys, but we have a really bad problem about like sending heroin and cocaine home. But anyway, they open the thing. It's like, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking gallon cans of fucking maple syrup. Nothing weird about this. And it's like
Hello.
Hi. What?
Oh, I thought you were Coach Jefferson. Never mind.
Okay.
Ignore me. I'm just being Canadian.
Yeah, no, but like any other fucking country, they'd be like, why do you have all this maple syrup? Huh, buddy?
Huh, buddy? Hey there, guy.
Apparently Canadians don't fucking think twice about that shit. So
yep, pretty much. Do you know what unit he was with?
Say what?
Do you know what unit he was with?
Oh, fuck, I don't know, man. Fucking like that when that dude told me that story, that was in like 2013 or 14.
Fair enough.
So a hot minute ago.
What?
What?
It's hard to believe that 2014 is like 7 years ago.
Dude, fucking time flies, man. Like, what is it? Is it 2011? Yeah, shit. Fucking yeah, no, what is it? I was talking to one of my buddies a couple months ago, and he was like, hey, dude, the last time we were in Afghanistan was 10 years ago. And it's like, holy shit, I'm old.
My little brother is going off to university. And he's like 4 years younger than me. It's weird.
It'll get there, man. Fucking wait till you hit 30. And then you're like, holy shit, that major life event was 15 years ago?
I got divorced 13 years ago? What?
Dude, good on you for getting divorced at fucking 17, man. That's fucking commitment.
I would like to put this out on the internet now. I have never been married nor divorced. I have no children that I'm aware of.
That you're aware of, and that's the pointer on that one.
Exactly.
I mean, I might have one floating around Mexico, maybe Latvia, I don't know, somewhere, but
maybe somewhere down in Detroit. I don't know. Maybe Florida. I mean, Florida women.
Dude, I'm originally from Florida. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. Like, you know what a coconut crab is? That's the crabs they have there. It's not pubic lice. It's actual, like, we'll chop your nuts off, like, 6 foot tall fucking crabs that, like, use sci-fi technology to, like, shrink themselves down and go, like, live around a fucking snatch. And then they come out with their fucking claws. Like, hope you like getting treated like your dog. Neutered, whatever it is.
So what you're saying is you were the Florida man who joined the Marines and went on TikTok.
Yeah, more or less. Kind of. Fuck, I don't know. I've been around. I mean, I lived up and down the fucking eastern seaboard. Fucking, I lived in Florida, North and South Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, fucking Pennsylvania, and that's just on this coast, So.
By the way, shout out to my girlfriend again, who apparently joined this group chat. No, babe, I haven't been married before. Don't worry, and no kids. Allegedly.
But you have been to Florida though?
I have. I went to Disneyland with my family because I'm a good boy. Nice. And spend time with my family. I'm a good boy.
So if you ever go back down there though, so I'm not big on Harry Potter, but the Universal Studios down there has like a Harry Potter world, and it's got the best fucking like rides on the fucking planet. And like they built the fucking like park to look like a medieval village. And it's like, well, since we're doing this medieval thing, they're gonna taste weird, but here's a bunch of beer for you.
So is it free?
Oh no, it's not fucking free. It's a theme park. They're fucking like raping you for the fucking goddamn fucking money. But fucking, you're down there, you're in Florida, you're having fun. Fucking fine, I'll give you $20 for a fucking pint.
For the butterbeer.
Yeah.
Because that's Harry Potter, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not
to do like all the loop-de-loop shit instead of the we're gonna go up, then we're gonna go down real fast, but we're not gonna do anything dangerous so we don't scare your kids. They're like, nah, dude, this is magic. You're doing the fucking loop-de-loop-de-loop-de fucking like cross-hatch fucking like, if you got a ball of yarn and tied one end of it to where we started, you'd have a fucking blanket by the time you're fucking done,
So I dated a girl back in high school. Yes, I've had girlfriends other than this one, who was very much into Harry Potter.
Yeah.
which is how I found out not only am I a Slytherin, but you should never date anyone who's into Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit too old for that. So
you're a lucky man.
I know, right? Yeah, I got to deal with fucking other shit. But fucking, have you ever seen that thing where it's a picture of an AK-47 and it says "Muggle wand, fuck wizards"?
Yes. Okay, think about this. All right. How much do you know about Harry Potter?
I seen the movies and whatever I can get from memes, but
all right, so you've seen the movies.
Yeah.
Because I see extend my knowledge as well. Perfect. So, you know that last fight scene with Voldemort?
Yes.
Imagine they bring in just one nuke.
Dude, you don't need a nuke. You don't need a nuke. You need like a Glock.
One Glock and maybe
an extended mag. Like actually, you know what? 2 Glocks with extended mags. Problem solved.
Exactly. Listen, you bring in like
problem
a couple, like you bring in maybe a JTF2 operator and like a Marine recon dude, and they have Voldemort sorted out in like 1980s. Bring the Muggle world into Harry Potter, and we sort this all out by like.
No. We bring in like Duke Wellington's 4th Foot Regiment from the fucking Hispaniola fucking campaign against Napoleon. Instead, get them all online. Fucking shoot your fucking little wizard wand. One dude goes, "What the fuck was that?" And then like the rest of them go, "Fucking ready." Fucking cock their fucking muskets.
Exactly. As soon as you bring in guns to Harry Potter, it ruins the entire thing.
Yeah, but Harry Potter is very English, and on top of them being both giant jackasses and more polite than anyone else at the same time, they're not very friendly on the boomsticks.
True. I resent being called too polite because I am very polite. Sorry. Hey.
I said British, not Canucks.
Fair.
Oh, speaking of that, have you ever seen a movie called Canadian Bacon?
No. John Candy?
Yes.
Yeah, I am aware of it, but I have never seen it.
Okay, great fucking movie. Pretty much what happens is the Soviet Union collapses and America needs a new enemy. So we decided to start a Cold War with Canada. But since they're there, like people take it into their own hands. And like the 2 big things is at one point, what starts the fucking like fight is John Candy and his buddies are at this fucking hockey game in Canada, and they're doing the national anthem, and they're just like talking about like all this fucking shit, like Canada sucks, fucking their people are stupid, blah blah whatever, and then everyone's just kind of like giving them dirty looks and like looking away, because the national anthem's fucking playing. And then as soon as they start fucking playing, John Candy goes, "Yeah, and their beer sucks," and the entire stadium shuts down and starts kicking the shit out of them. And then like when they're getting arrested by the fucking cops, they're like, "Oh no, keep these handcuffs. They don't hurt too bad, do they? Okay, all right. Well, make sure you don't hit your head on the way to the cop car." And John Candy's like, "All I said was their beer sucks," and the cops start beating his ass.
Best part is John Candy, Canadian.
Yeah, but the other
welcome America.
The other part of it, though, was one of the cops in it was Dan Aykroyd, another Canadian. He pulls them over because they're driving in this truck, and on the side of their truck it says, "Die Canuck," fuck Canada, all that shit. He's like, "Well, the reason I pulled you over is because, Canada's a bilingual country, and we like to be very inclusive." So he made him spray paint it all again in French under it.
There's literally, okay, so there's a Canadian comedy page on YouTube. I forget what they're called, but literally, they posted the video. It's how to be Canadian. Literally, it says one of them is obey the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. If you ever see the guys in like the red with the I don't know, the drill sergeant hand.
I know what the Mounties are.
Yeah, and it's like the guy comes in. You forgot Section 12 of the Canadian Constitution. You're spray painting that in English only. You have to spray paint in French as well.
Yeah.
Literally in Canada, it is mandated that you learn French until grade 8. And then once you hit grade 9, you can choose whether or not you want to learn French until grade 12.
Ah, well, you said you learned 3. What was your other one?
Spanish.
Ah, okay. In case you ever kill somebody and you can't go to America, you have to go all the way down to Mexico.
Sí, señor. Yo hablo un poquito de español.
No habla español. Yo trabajo su madre en la cocha.
Yo trato a la lache de tu puta madre.
Yee. Oh man, fucking yeah. So do you guys have the same problem that like we have with like fucking? You'll find a celebrity and you'll be following for a while. Like, holy shit, that guy's Canadian. Do you guys ever go like that guy's a fucking American?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, actually, I was surprised to find out that Hugh Jackman was Australian.
Yeah, that one did catch me by surprise because like he's really a really good fucking voice actor.
Yeah.
Or not voice actor, but like, you know, working with his fucking voice.
Yeah, like he hides his accent well.
Like, what is it? The other guy, Gary Oldman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's like British as fuck, but like he's so good at fucking like method acting that he forgot how to speak with the English accent and had to go take speech therapy classes so that he knew how to talk like he used to talk growing up.
It's weird.
Yeah, but that dude's a great actor though. Like, have you seen oh god, what is it? Tarantino wrote it, but he didn't direct it.
Was that his first film?
True Romance.
Yes.
Where like Gary Oldman plays a black dude, and it's like they didn't even bother like putting makeup on him. It's like, and you got away with this
Somehow.
Good for you.
Good for you, Gary Oldman. Look at that. Do you listen to Joe Rogan at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was literally listening to that.
Because fucking they took it off YouTube, and it's like I'm not gonna fucking listen to this shit on Spotify. Like, just put that shit back on YouTube.
They took off all the controversial quote unquote episodes like Alex Jones and all that fun stuff, which was hilarious, by the way.
That was the best fucking 3 hours of any media ever.
It was.
Ever. Whether or not you like Alex Jones.
It doesn't matter if you like Alex Jones or not. That was the funniest thing. Just some crazy on YouTube. Shit. That was the funniest thing on the internet for like years.
Yeah, dude.
Brings him on episode 911. That was the funniest thing in the world. Doesn't matter if you like him or not, but it was.
Listen, I'm kind of retarded. All right.
They're turning the frogs day.
Dude, no, Alex Jones is a fucking extreme broken clock. Like, fucking, he's most of his shit. Like, I like with him, I like to call it the Nostradamus effect, where if you say so much shit, some of it's gonna be right?
Yeah. And
most of the shit he says is like, where'd you fucking come up with that? But like when he's right about stuff, it's like, where did you hear that before everybody else?
Where did you learn this? Like,
yeah,
maybe he's right, and then it's like, oh no, wait, no, wait.
Yeah, no, you're psycho. Got it.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking, there was this one video of his though I fucking love, and it was like him explaining Star Wars. But it was like the Star Wars fucking prequels where he's talking about like how fucking the Trade Federation, which is a bunch of like corporate entities, you know, are starting this war to, you know, get influence and control over a certain populace, and then the politicians who are playing both sides of the fucking conflict are feeding them both to start another bigger war so that they become more fucking powerful and successful. And then like it was just like this whole like fucking like fucking goddamn like slippery slope fucking fallacy.
And it's an analogy for the Iraq War.
No, it was an analogy for like any fucking government doing fucking anything shady. I mean, yeah, the Iraq War would fall into that, but
you know. I mean, yeah, but
although fucking George Lucas has said that the parallels do not have anything to do with Iraq, they're all Vietnam stuff. But
I mean, yeah,
same.
Kind
of different, but yeah, and like Emperor Palpatine was actually based off Richard Nixon, not George Bush. So
really, well, I heard the.
Well, he started writing that shit in the 70s. So
fair, yeah. So if Star Wars is an analogy for like Vietnam, what's the analogy for Star Trek?
A lot of their shit was like anti-Cold War stuff. Like we should all fucking like be together and shit. Because like we don't think of anything. We don't think anything of it now. Right. But like imagine in the fucking like late 60s where you have a Russian dude on the bridge with an American guy and a Canadian dude and a fucking, you know, space alien and a black chick. Like, that's some radical fucking shit, you know?
First interracial kiss on TV and all that.
Yeah. That and like a Canadian guy's fucking captain. Like,
what?
Granted, he's from fucking where the fuck? He's from Iowa, somewhere in Iowa. But the character is, fucking Shatner's fucking
Canadian.
Yeah, you're James.
See, Canadians are very proud when we if we even find one person that made it to Hollywood, we are very proud about that.
Even Mike Myers?
Yes, even Mike Myers. Like, there's very few things Canadians are like very proud of. We're proud of our poutine, our beer.
Poutine is fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And then like every time some fucking asshole in here is like, white people don't have culture. It's like, first off, yes, look at this. B, if we want to talk about food,
poutine. That is the best drunk food at 2 a.m.
Motherfucker, that's good sober food.
True. But have you ever had poutine when you are drunk and like, okay.
Yeah, the first time I had it, I was pretty fucking lit. I was like, what the fuck is this? And my buddy's like, eat this. I'm like,
that will sober you up and it will make you like, it's heaven. Poutine is heaven on earth in your mouth.
And for those of you listening at home, poutine is like, it's French fries with cheese curds in gravy.
Yes. And then you can put whatever you want on top of that. I've had bacon poutine. I have had pierogi poutine. It is so good.
See, I'm on the other side of that argument, I guess. I fucking hate pierogies. Just because fucking the place I live now, like there's a lot of German culture here, but it's not German. It's that part of Germany that's not Germany anymore. It's Poland now, and so they're effectively German-speaking Poles that came over in the 1800s. And it's like, listen, putting mashed potatoes on something does not make it fucking high society. All right. Oh my god, you wrapped fucking mashed potatoes in a noodle. Cool.
Who cares?
Yeah. Now,
see, I'm part Irish, so I appreciate a potato.
No, I am too, but you got to do it right. Fucking give it some corned beef, fucking hash.
True.
Or slice the potato up. Don't mash it. Fry that bitch.
Always save the potato water because that makes the best gravy.
Yeah. But, just slathering. Dude, there's this thing they have here called Polish pizza, right? And it's like the pizza bread and then mashed potatoes and cheese.
I'm listening.
No, that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, like first thought, you're like, okay, I'm down. And then you like eat 2 bites of it and you're like, oh. Yeah, this doesn't work.
I'll tell you what. You come to Canada, I'll get you some nice Molsons, some Molson Canadian. I'll get you some nice Canadian whiskey. And we'll have some nice poutine. We'll have a nice romantic night together. How's that sound?
That sounds good. But the other thing, though, is like, why don't whiskeys just have different fucking names? Because think about it. Like, you got Canadian whiskey. You got Tennessee whiskey. You got fucking
Irish whiskey.
Kentucky whiskey. You got Irish whiskey. You got bourbon. You got scotch. It's like, why are all these things the same thing? Give them different names. Because Canadian whiskey is not Irish whiskey, is not bourbon, is not scotch. Give them different names. Like, we give everything else in the English fucking language its own fucking name. Like, why do we have a lexiconal fucking gap here?
So we have lagers versus pilsners versus whatever. But
lagers and pilsners are different fucking things, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But like a bourbon versus an Irish
are different fucking things. Like, I don't think they taste the same at the fuck all.
Oh no, they do not.
They're Irish with Jameson is to Jack Daniels as Jack Daniels is to fucking Jose Cuervo. Like, there's so fucking different. Like, I'm not saying I don't enjoy them, but like, why are we calling these two things the same name? Like, that's like calling fucking like Bacardi vodka. It's like, well, it's liquor and it's clear. Is that the fucking only fucking like thing that like needs this name to fucking like necessitate its fucking category?
See, if we did that, I would. Oh, I cannot do tequila. So if we did that,
oh no, I can do tequila, but I am either going to fight or fuck something. if not both.
Same, yeah.
Now, I will have a good night. I cannot guarantee the safety of anybody in my company.
You and me both. I see tequila. Like I can have a nice glass of Jack Daniels. I can have a nice glass of Jameson. I can have a nice glass of whatever whiskey or bourbon or whatever we're calling it, and have a nice relaxing night. As soon as you put tequila in me, that's the jail juice right there.
Fucking nails in the coffin.
Tequila is the criminal intoxicant of every alcohol ever, especially if you buy the cheap stuff.
Yeah, that or like I loved spice rum, like fucking Sailor Jerry, Captain Morgan, that kind.
Oh yeah,
like that's my fucking like go to. But at the same time, I'm gonna fight or fuck something, and if I'm alone, I'm gonna fight the wall or fuck the knob in it. Like,
see, I love myself a good rum and coke.
Mm-hmm.
You put rum and coke in front of me, I will never turn it down.
Well, I mean, I won't turn it down. I'll drink it. The other thing, though, is like when you're at bars half the time and you order rum and coke, they give you Bacardi and Pepsi, and it's like, this is not at all what the fuck I ordered. But shame on me for not clarifying first that you were going to give me white rum and not actual coke.
Yeah. They're giving you Pepsi and Bacardi as opposed to Coke and rum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is where we get the Navy term of slosh. Which
you know why the Navy drank so much rum back in the day?
Why?
Well, back in the day, it was completely different. Actually, let me go over the history of rum with you real quick.
Please do.
Originally, fucking rum was called Kill Devil. It was a byproduct of making molasses. It was like the shit that came like after you squeezed it. It was the liquid that came out. Just happened to be able to be fermentable. And in the Caribbean, the slaves would fucking like ferment it and drink it. And that was like their, fucking alcohol that we would drink. And then after they did that for a couple centuries, their masters were like, "What are you drinking?" We can do something with this. But originally it was so bad that like it was called Kill Devil because it would kill the devil if you fucking drank it. It was that fucking terrible. But you're a slave, you got to get what you can get, right?
Yeah.
Once they figured out rum though, like how to like make it, fucking that. Similar story with gin, which we can get to in a minute. But the gin was the army, rum was the navy. Why they would do that was they go to sea for a while, and you have to remember this is the fucking 1600s, and they'd be like, all right, well, if we drink water, it's going to kill you, but we can just take seawater, mix it with some fucking rum, and you can drink that. It won't kill you, and we don't know why it doesn't kill you. Later, you find out that the alcohol kills all the fucking like bad shit in it, so like it doesn't kill you when you drink it, but you can just fucking drink this and be all right. You can stay hydrated, and it's fucking cheap for us. And then that way,
it makes us feel good.
Yeah. Very similar thing with like the British Army with gin. One of the reasons gin got big, well, two big reasons. First off, apparently way back in the day, the British Army would just drink vodka. They would mix that with their fucking water, for the same reason. So, it didn't kill you when you fucking drank it. But then they went to war with Russia sometime in the 1800s, and then they got their vodka supply cut off, and they knew how to make vodka, but they couldn't grow the right potatoes, so they used juniper tree berries instead, and that's why you get gin. That comes from juniper. But the way you make gin and the way you make vodka, exact same process, but gin is with juniper berries instead of fucking potatoes. So they would go out on campaign and just take, homegrown fucking gin with them instead. And that's what you learned today.
Science. The science of alcohol.
Yes. Another thing with that, where alcohol, not alcohol, like liquor, where liquor came from, because, way back in the day, you had beer and wine.
Right.
And it's funny because if you, carve up Europe at least to where a civilized country is and, where the barbarians are, is almost identical where the wine drinkers and the beer drinkers are. So, you're in, Italy or fucking France or Spain, where the normal human beings are. They're all drinking wine, and those fucking, beer swilling barbarians in Germany and the fucking, British Isles. That's where they were. But anyway, fucking liquor actually came from alchemy. So they're trying to figure out a way to make gold, right?
Right.
Can't figure it out. Accidentally make whiskey.
So whiskey, one of my personal favorites, was an accident.
Yes.
Kind of like me.
Well, you know what's another funny fucking thing is if you look at the list of Irish inventions, there's a bunch of shit and then whiskey and then nothing for like 300 years.
Why does that not surprise me?
Oh.
It's almost like they were like, you know what? We've invented whiskey. You know what? We peaked, guys. We've made this perfect liquor, the water of life, Ishtabaha. Yes, that's actual Irish. Don't look it up. But, but yeah, Ishtabaha from Irish, whatever language they speak other than English.
Gaelic.
Yes, there we go. Thank you.
Unless you're in Ireland, in which case it's just Irish, which is funny because it's also Gaelic in Scotland, unless you're from Scotland, in which case it's just Scottish. And it's like, well, they're calling it Irish and you're calling it Scottish. Are you sure you're not the same guys? You both really hate England. No? Okay, all right.
You both hate England and you both wear kilts.
And you're all redheads and you think you're all Vikings.
And you're all alcoholics.
And you enjoy bagpipe music for some fucking reason.
Weird.
Yeah.
Although I will say this, bagpipes before going to battle. Tell me that wouldn't scare ISIS.
There's a fucking thing. I think it was World War I, where a bagpiper got up off the fucking out of the fucking trench, was just playing bagpipes, and the Germans were like, "Well, that dude lost his mind, so he's insane because that's like prime kill zone. Nobody shoot him because that's weird, and we don't want bad shit to happen." So they're like, all right, cool. But the next unit down the line were like, the enemy in the fucking open. So they capped the fucking bagpiper, right?
Right.
And then the other Scotsmen around and were like, they killed the fucking bagpiper? Those motherfuckers. And then they got up out of their trench, like murdered everything in no man's land, got in the trenches, and then just like murdered the fuck out of all the Germans. And then they held the trench for like, a day or two before, it went back to being German again because, that whole war was ping pong.
Pretty much, yeah.
What are you going to know?
Also, that's kind of when Canada came into its own in World War One.
Yeah, dude, and they're fucking vicious too.
Literally, favorite meme in the world. Favorite meme I've ever seen. Canadians in peacetime. Oh, hey, how are you, bud? How you doing, eh? Canadians in wartime. Run.
Yeah. Fucking, I watched this documentary not too fucking long ago, and it was about this sniper unit, and they landed on fucking D-Day, and they had the highest fucking like kill to death ratio of any fucking. What side of that was that Western fucking invasion fucking unit in fucking World War II?
Mm-hmm.
Like platoon size.
Yeah.
Scotty from Star Trek was also a fucking Canadian in the Canadian Army. Landed on fucking, I think, Gold Beach.
Yeah.
And the reason you never see his hand in the show or his left hand in the show is because he got his finger shot off when he got shot like 9 times after killing fucking like 3 or 4 Germans. Like he was only on the beach for like 45 minutes, but in that fucking time span, whacked 3 fucking Nazis and then got shot fucking 9 or 12 fucking times.
Well, have you ever heard of Leo Major? Have you ever heard of him?
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, you will love this. All right. Leo Major was a sergeant in the Canadian Armed Forces during World War II.
Yeah.
He lost his eye in a battle. I forget which battle exactly.
Yeah.
But he was like, you know what? No, I am going back into battle. He became a pilot sergeant. So that's a master corporal in the Canadian Armed Forces, like your E5. So he was like an E6.
Yeah. But yeah, because they had them flying planes back then.
Yeah. So he goes in and takes an entire village as a one-eyed pirate. So like, imagine Dan Crenshaw taking an entire village by himself in World War II, captures all 186 Nazis, and comes back and it's like, yeah, I did this with one eye. And you know why he was re-enlisted? Because he was a sniper and said, I only need one eye to aim a rifle.
Yeah. So one of the things with that though, one of the funnier things about like history type shit is like fucking, oh yeah, the fucking Canadians, they're nice, they're not gonna hurt anybody. Wrong. But the other one is, you think about the Nazis who are like the, like perfect fucking bad guys, right? Like fucking, like they're evil as fucking shit. They do all this fucking terrible stuff. At the beginning, they're kicking all kind of ass. They look sharp as fuck. They got cool shit. But the big, bad, scary Germans, like, when did the big, bad, scary Germans, like, win a war?
Can't remember.
Yeah. Weird how that works, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, what is it, like, Germany fucking, I think it's younger than fucking Canada. Like, they became a country in, like, the fucking, like, 1880s.
Yeah.
Like, any other, like, quote-unquote German wins, it was like, yeah, they won that war, but, like, that was actually Prussia fighting, like, Hanover or fucking...
They're the Germanic tribes at that point. They weren't really Germany.
Yeah. They were some other fucking dumb shit. And it's like, oh yeah, cool. They won this fucking war against the Romans. It's like, yeah, but like,
did they though?
They were Teutons at the point, and the only reason they called them Germans because like German or Germanic is fucking like Latin for forest people. So you had a bunch of fucking like woodland Al Qaeda fucking like Hanses coming out of fucking nowhere, And
then there's one thing that we have over Americans: the Canadian Special Operations Forces has the longest confirmed kill shot in the entire
it's like
world.
2 miles, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
It might be a mile and a half, but like still, like.
And you know what the best part is? He did it 3 times in a row.
Yeah, have you ever looked into how he did that though? So he would take his fucking rounds and let them like bake in the sun for a bit, so like they were good and hot, and then like so he'd get like extra fucking like heat from the fucking like blast.
Mm-hmm. So
funny you bring that up, not shooting down the Red Baron or anything, but
listen, we shot down the Red Baron, that's cool, but we got the longest confirmed kill shot in modern history 3 times in a row. We have a sniper in World War I who has the most confirmed kills in World War I ever by a sniper, Francis Pittman Dabo. First Nations, we're Canada's kind of awesome.
I'm pretty sure the most kills fucking thing goes to Simo Haya from fucking Finland.
Yes, it does. But have you ever looked up? Was that by a sniper or was that by a regular troop?
He was a sniper. His kill count was like 600.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But also that was like a weird thing because like the Winter War between between the Soviet Union and Finland like wasn't part of World War II.
It wasn't part of World War II, but it was part
like
of
1943. And it's funny because like the Soviets gained land, right? Like fucking after there was like a sue for peace or whatever, fucking they took a bunch of Finnish territory. However, if everyone got buried with a like standard burial plot, the Soviets didn't take enough land to bury everyone who died taking it. It's
Russian military.
Yeah, just throw everybody at them. Fuck it.
Yeah, we got enough people. They'll willingly go.
You know what's another thing? Stalingrad. One of the tactics they used to win that is, that fucking like thing about like we're gonna give one person ammo and another guy a gun. This dude dies, take it, whatever. So that was intentional. Like they had enough guns and ammo to give guns and ammo to everybody, but they did that fucking like you get ammo, you get gun thing. We go out at the fucking Germans to trick the Germans into thinking that the Russians were weaker, so that like after the fucking Nazis obliterated those fucking like battalions that went in and like got sucked into the city, the Soviets were like, oh well, cool, you fell for our diversion. By the way, you're also encircled, cut off, and winter's coming. So
haha, you're screwed.
What's up, guys? Slavia, I drink to your health, comrade.
Yes, comrade. By the way, I've been drinking all Canadian beer tonight, except for The Jack Daniels.
Well, I mean, Jack Daniels is his own fucking thing. So,
Okay, is Jack Daniels bourbon?
Yeah, I think for it to be bourbon, it has to come from Tennessee or Kentucky. And if like someone makes it somewhere else, they have to say like it's Canadian bourbon or Japanese bourbon or like Texas bourbon.
Because I've had this. Okay, let's start off. Is Jack Daniels whiskey?
Yes. If we're going to continue that last conversation with, I don't know why the fuck they call shit.
Fair. Okay, so Jack Daniels is whiskey technically.
Yes.
So does it? Because I'm a whiskey connoisseur.
Yes.
Not an alcoholic. Connoisseur.
No. I teach alcohol a fucking lesson.
Exactly. I don't have a drinking problem. I have a drinking solution because alcohol is a solution.
Dude, I don't have a drinking problem. I have a money problem that alcohol gets in the way of. All right.
Exactly. So, Jack Daniels technically qualifies as bourbon because it is made in the same process that bourbon is made in.
Right, but like it's made out of corn, as for like Jameson's made out of fucking like wheat.
Yeah. But it is also distilled with charcoal, so that technically does not make it a bourbon.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, like if you're going to talk shit about Jack Daniels, there's going to be someone in a Jack Daniels t-shirt that's going to beat your ass to tell you that you're wrong. And it's like, I don't want to fight that guy. Like that dude looks like he deadlifts fucking 1,500 pounds. Yeah, sure. It's bourbon. It's bourbon. Got it.
Yeah, true. Anywho, all this Canadian beer is making me have to take a leak, so I'll be right back.
All right. So while he's going to take his leak, I'm going to entertain the fucking people. So
please do.
Yes, he's doing his thing. So let's talk a bunch of shit about Canada while he's gone. They'll only find this later and be like, dude, why did you talk all this shit about Canada? So first off, Canada, it's cold. Well, fuck, I don't know. I've never been to fucking Canada. So I've been wanting to go to Canada though. Because I kind of live like maybe 4 or 5 hours away from Niagara Falls. But I've been doing that thing where it's like, hey, I need my wife to get a passport because even though like as much as no one wants to admit it, America and Canada, we're the same fucking place. I'm sorry, Canadians. I'm sorry, fucking Americans. I'm sorry, Texas. We're the same place. We're of the same breed. We're fucking England's bastard children. Well, maybe America is England's bastard children, and Canada was like the good kid that moved out when he turned 18. I don't understand why we have to have a fucking passport to go to Canada. Apparently you didn't used to. I know some people like my wife's dad, he was talking about because he grew up in Michigan, he'd be able to go to Canada all the fucking time, without a passport. I think that's like a fucking post 9/11 fucking thing. But it is what it is. You know what I mean?
I have no idea what you just said, but go Canada.
Yeah. No, I was talking about how like my wife's dad, he was saying that because he grew up in Michigan, and he was saying when he was growing up all the time, they just bounce up to Canada and grab shit all the time. But now you need a passport. I'm gonna blame that on 9/11 because I don't know what the actual fucking reason is.
9/11. 9/11 changed everything, man.
Yeah, but anyway, fucking Jack Daniels is or is not bourbon.
All right, so after watching extensively Vet TV,
yeah,
I know that PBR and Jack Daniels are the preferred drink of a good Marine.
No. Jack Daniels, as far as whiskey goes, you're gonna get 3 kinds of fucking Marines with that. You're gonna get Jack Daniels fucking diehards who almost without fail are rednecks. You're gonna get fucking your Jameson guys, and then you're gonna get your I don't care, I'm just getting drunk guys. And it's an even split, like third.
So, what is the preferred drink of a good Marine?
Whatever's cheap.
Fair. So, what's the pay like for a Marine then?
The what?
The pay, like,
yeah. It depends because you get paid by your rank plus your fucking like time and service or whatever. Like when I was in for like a year. And granted, you get fucking they keep like like raising the fucking what you get paid by fucking year or whatever. But like when I was a fucking private, I was getting like $400 a month, and that was in like 2007. But when I was getting out, I was getting maybe about 26 as a sergeant a month. And that was, without fucking like a housing allowance or anything, living in the barracks type shit.
They let you lead troops?
Yeah, I know, right?
So how does one properly... It is your Freedom Day.
Yes.
How does one properly celebrate your Freedom Day?
You blow shit up and you scream America. And you drink a lot.
So how are you seeing your trip? Celebrating your Freedom Day.
I'm drinking a lot and talking to fucking some Canucks. While you were fucking gone, I was also talking about how America is England's bastard child and Canada is the good kid that went to college and moved out instead of fucking emancipating themselves at 15.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Where you are, like, everyone's favorites. Like, if you invade Canada, like, you have a problem.
Well, first off, what the fuck did Canada do to you to warrant an invasion? But
true, like, there's been one war fought on Canadian soil. Wait, correction, 2 wars. Forgot about 1812. There's one during World War II where there was that mix-up. Like, Americans accidentally fought Canadians during World War II. I forget all the details.
Was that in Canada?
That Alaska, technically.
Oh, well, I mean, the Japanese invaded Alaska, so, I mean,
Yeah, but no one was there except the Canadians and Americans, and we accidentally fought each other. And whoops. But yeah.
Wait, hold on. So, like, you guys never went to war against your natives?
We don't talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because technically, this is British.
Oh, okay. All right.
And there were reparations paid, and that's an entirely separate issue. That.
Yep. And all those kids they dug up last week were that was the Brits.
That's a long issue that we can go into.
I'm not throwing shade because, like, we are not at all fucking innocent with that shit.
Yeah.
We're just the only people that actually put it in our history books. Yeah, stuff happened. It was bad, but they are all happy and free in Oklahoma now. For people listening at home, if you cannot detect sarcasm, I'm blinking at you.
Yeah, there's still some stuff we gotta fix.
Just gonna sweep that one under the rug.
Moving on. So beer.
So this place called North Dakota, right?
So who has the better beer, Canadians or Americans?
Well, that depends on how you define where it's from, because America has a lot of beer. And a lot of it is actually owned by the Germans. Fun fact, most of the Mexican beer that you drink is also German. It just happens to be that the factory is in Mexico. Dos Equis, German. Modelo, German. Fucking Corona,
German.
Yep. Bud Light. Okay, so Budweiser got bought by oh god, who the fuck did they get bought by? They got bought by somebody. They're fuck. I think Budweiser's Czech actually now. It was started in America, but it got by a company that I think is Czechoslovakian.
So you guys have, unless you count local breweries and stuff like that, you have no American beers.
No, there is. Like Coors is still American. Budweiser was American, but then got bought out. What was the other one? Miller started off in fucking Michigan Milwaukee, as did goddamn like PBR. PBR might still be, or Pabst might still be fucking that local company. I think Miller got bought out by somebody too.
See, my girlfriend loves Bud Light, so she doesn't love an American beer anymore. She loves a German beer. Because that was a huge thing with me and her, actually, originally, because she loves Bud Light.
Yeah, but like actual German beer is fucking terrible. Like it's all fucking Hefeweiser, and it's like, dude, Hefeweiser fucking sucks. I'm sorry, man. Like, look, I'm gonna bleed red, white, and blue all over you, and you know what? You can bleed your fucking like red and white. Like, what your fucking like goddamn hops drinking fucking hipster would snob at? Like, I like my shitty fucking lager, and you leave it the fuck alone.
I will drink Molson until the day I die.
Like I said, I will drink my shitty fucking lager and you will leave me alone.
Exactly. But my girlfriend, this was a huge thing with us because she found out that I have American friends and she loves Bud Light, but not like Bud Light, like the, Bud Light with lime. And, yeah. Bud Light Lime, Bud Light, whatever the fruity stuff is.
The twists.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, she gets drunk off like 2 of those. So, shoot date.
Budweiser did have a thing a few years ago where they were like making like margarita wine mixers. Like they weren't bad, and they were also stupid cheap. So you get like a 12-pack for like $6. And at that point, it's like, listen, I'm not drinking to fucking have fun right now. You know what I mean?
She says it's a strawberry lemonade Bud Light.
Okay.
Those are actually very tasty. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I for one, like, while I do like my shitty American beer and like my hard fucking whiskey, I am also really big on the fruity pink girly drinks because they are like 1,000% fucking alcohol and they will fuck you up.
You get yourself a couple Long Island iced teas and
yeah,
those are deadly. Those are
because they're sleepers. Like fucking, you don't realize there's alcohol in them until like you stand up and you're like, I made a mistake.
yes, you did. Like, okay, so what is November 11th for you guys? What's that?
Veterans Day.
Okay, in Canada, it's Remembrance Day.
Yeah, or what is it in England? It's like Armistice Day or whatever.
Yeah.
And then in Germany, they don't count it because, they lost.
Exactly. But in Canada, November 11th is Remembrance Day. So we have, army parades, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you go out, have a couple beers with veterans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My first time doing that, I had, I wasn't much of a drinker at that time. So I was like, you know what? I want something fruity. I had myself a Long Island iced tea and then had a couple fruity shots. I did not realize that until the moment I got back that people underestimate the girly drinks.
Oh, dude, no, they're fucking. They'll hit you. They'll come out of nowhere. They'll Randy Orton you.
People underestimate they underestimate the pina coladas and the fruity drinks of this world.
No, I won't get down on pina coladas though, but like I don't like coconut. So
fair.
That's like my line with that.
Anything with rum or tequila though, like anything fruity with rum or tequila.
Yeah, no, I'm.
Those will kill you.
I'm good with the coconut, but I'm good with anything else.
I mean,
like there was this thing. I went to this place in, I think it was Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, it was called the 8-Bit, I think was the bar's name, but like it was like a full size fucking arcade, right?
We have one of those in where I'm from. Yeah, it's like called the. But yeah, it's like an arcade and a bar at the same time.
Yeah, and then like all the games were free play. You just had to like buy 2 drinks when you came in.
Yeah,
but they did this thing. It was called the Hulk Hogan, and it was vodka and lemonade, and it had like one of those red, white, and blue popsicles fucking in it, and it tasted just like fucking Kool-Aid. So you drink like fucking 14 of them, and you're like, there ain't shit in this. And then like an hour later, you're at the pizza place next door because they're open 2 hours after the bar closes, and you have your uvula into your fucking fingers trying to puke, but you can't. And you're just like, dear God in heaven, I don't care what happens. Make this feel better or kill me. Do one of them.
It's the same thing. There's an arcade bar, and you pay a $5 cover. All the games are free. You just have to have like one drink, and they have like street. They have a street. Who's the main guy from Street Fighter? Ryu. They have a Ryu shot.
Yeah,
and it's like a red and white shot because not only is it Ryu, but it's Canada too, so it's like patriotic and all that good stuff. So it's like, but like one of those, it's nice. Tastes like strawberry almost. It's tasty. And then after like three of those, you're like, oh, I have messed up.
I have performed a critical error, I must say.
I am ready to do some things that may end up in like total destruction.
If someone reads this, the story of what I'm about to do, they're gonna assume I'm from Florida.
I mean, yeah, like they will assume I have moved from Canada to Florida, and immediately like,
they're gonna fucking extradite you to fucking Miami.
If I ever get extradition orders to America, specifically Florida, I will just.
Well, you have to like really fucked up.
I will immediately Jeffrey Epstein myself.
Listen, we know you're from Canada, but like we're not gonna deal with this shit. Like, have fun in Georgia, motherfucker.
Please, no, not Georgia. I have enough peach with my girlfriend. Thank you.
Yeah.
So why is it when I buy an American beer, it's only 4.2%?
It depends on what you get. A lot of American made beers are like that. However, there's more alcohol in Guinness if you buy it in America than it is if you buy it in Ireland.
Really?
Yeah. No, Ireland's got some weird like alcohol rules, which is weird because it's Ireland. But apparently the Guinness in America has more alcohol in it than actual fucking Ireland.
Well, Ireland was actually the first place to ban smoking in pubs.
Which is weird because it's like, hey, listen, bartender, I'm trying to get shit house fucking drunk and then drive back to fucking my house and then like give this chick fucking herpes and this motherfucker is blowing smoke in my face.
Listen, bartender, I just went through a divorce. I just want to have a cigar and a couple thousand glasses of whiskey. Can I have this? No. Oh.
Dude, there's this Irish guy I talk to a lot. Fucking his name's Damian Larkin. He's another sci-fi fucking writer. Fucking great fucking dude. Fucking phenomenal fucking author. But I was talking to him fucking like last year. Late last year, maybe early this year. Talked to him a fucking few times, but like he was like really fucked up because they canceled St. Patrick's Day last year or St. Patty's Day last year.
Yeah.
And he frequents this, one pub that before last year had a St. Patty's fucking like celebration for like 600 years or some shit. And he's like, I have to live at the time where they closed. Why me?
Well, where I'm from in Ontario, in this undisclosed location, there's a street called Ezra Street. I've said too much already, but they always have a St. Patrick's Day celebration.
Yeah.
And even during COVID, it happened.
Good for them.
Because this is Canada, and Canada knows how to drink even better than Ireland.
Apparently fucking goddamn was it New Orleans didn't shut down for fucking COVID. As hard as anyone else, but like also in New Orleans, fucking Mardi Gras is 3 months long.
True.
Yeah, and it's fucking great. Like I was there for it. It was like weird because not last year, but a few years back. Fucking I'm rolling through in January and like Happy Mardi Gras. I'm like, I don't think this is a January thing. And like no. Like we start after New Year's and we go until when the rest of the Catholics stop, whatever. Like, okay, but like fucking this bar I went to down there, fucking I don't remember what it was called. It was on Magazine Street. And it was fucking great. So like their thing was they stopped serving you at 5 a.m. And by that means if at 4:59 you order fucking 12 beers, they'll give you 12 beers, and you don't have to leave. You just can't order anything else until 6:30 or 7. So we all just ordered 10 beers at fucking like 4:50 in the fucking morning. Drank those over the next hour. By the end of it, they're a little warm, but fuck it, whatever. At 7, fucking bring out those tequila sunrises, man.
At that point, bring out the what is it? The everything that the white girls order at brunch.
My vodka cranberry and my mimosa.
The mimosas, yeah. Bring out the mimosas. We're gonna have breakfast. We're gonna have a nice omelet together. It'll be great.
Yeah. You have to say it with the crook.
Oh yeah.
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 Yes, Quinn. Yes. Oh my God.
Actually, I was in high school. I was dealing with. So I was a nerd in high school.
No.
Oh yeah. The nerdiest of nerds. Still am the nerdiest of nerds. But I was doing all the AV stuff for my high school, so I had to have to deal with the English as a second language students, and they can never pronounce my name right. So instead of Quinn, they'd say Queen. So I was their queen for like 3 years.
So all the Frenchies. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking France.
Thailand and China.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have imagined that.
Yeah. Some people can't pronounce their Q's and their I's.
Oh no, I was mostly commenting on like I wouldn't imagine there would be that much Thai and Chinese people up there.
Oh yeah. Everyone comes to Canada because we are polite. It's so nice.
America, but like not as stabby.
Exactly. Come to Canada, America, but less stabby.
There's this dude I follow on fucking YouTube, Canadian guy. What is his name? Fucking, I don't know what his actual name is, but it's like his handle is like the samurai guitarist, and his whole thing is about like fucking like it's all like music, guitar shit, but like there's always that fucking like fucking like Japanese fucking influence on the fucking shit.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's like very secondary because like that dude's like a fucking Canadian first, and then I'm sorry, he's a guitarist first, and then a Canadian, and then like he's like grandparents from fucking like Japan or some shit. But that's not important because I'm playing guitar right now. But he had this fucking like whole fucking video about something I thought was actually really cool about the Canadians, where apparently you guys have a fucking like government funded like artist fucking like program where it's like fucking we are tired of people moving to America to become fucking whatever kind of artist. We'll give you money if you just stay in Canada.
Oh yeah, we have an entire broadcast system. Not the CBC. CBC is our like national broadcast, Canadian Broadcast Center. Yeah. But there's a specific Canadian artist program that you can go into, and it's only Canadian. And they broadcast Canadian films, Canadian music, all that good stuff. It literally, and you can get thousands of dollars from it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a poet, and I submitted like one of my poems to like that, and I got like couple $100 back. It was great.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
That's something I can get on board with.
Come to Canada,
eh?
End of the.
Wait, also, real quick, you guys don't call like your Y and Z anything stupid, do you? Like epsilon or Z.
We say A B C D E F G H H H J L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z.
Okay, all right. So you're American on that. All right.
Although some people say Z, some people say Z. It depends who you're talking to.
Yeah. So like fucking when I was in school, we had to take a language, because requirement or whatever. And I took German because it's pretty much English. And anybody that will ever argue that German and English aren't the same thing, you're an idiot. German and English are the same fucking thing. Like
German is just more aggressive English.
Yeah, but the grammar's a little different sometimes, but for the most part, it's like you say it with a German accent and it's there. Like in German, the way you say "here comes the sun" is "here kommt der Sun," or if you're from northern Germany, "here comes der Sonne." It's the same.
And we will,
but they're about the same thing. You just kind of like give it more of a H is like hush, or whatever. But except for Y, which is upsilon or epsilon, and it's like, why did you use all the fucking Latin for this except for that one? And then my German teacher's like, I'm from village fucking whatever. I don't know.
Because reasons.
Yeah. Which that was also like really fucking weird because so I had like two different teachers. One was German and the other one was like Austrian. And you can say what you want about the fucking Nazis, but all the crazy ones were from fucking Austria. And the biggest con that ever got pulled in fucking history was the Austrians effectively putting the blame on the Germans for fucking World War II, But what is it? The Austrian fucking teacher. This was like last year or the year before. She was talking about how somebody she went to high school with was the guy at Pfizer that came up with the fucking COVID fucking vaccine,
Right.
But he was also first generation fucking immigrant to Germany from Turkey, right? And she's like, oh, and this is great because I went to high school with him, so here's a picture of me and him, here's a picture of me and him, here's a picture of blah, 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 whatever, and here's him developing the COVID vaccine, and this is really going to show Germany because Germany, for whatever reason, in the 1980s, got really racist, and we had a hard time in high school, and it's like,
in the 80s?
Germany became racist in the 80s?
Hold on, back up like 40 years.
The 1980s? No.
What?
Germans? Racist? No.
And we will exterminate the what? Hold on, back it up.
Fuckers. It's like, listen, teacher, honey, sweetie, darling, I fucking love you. Thank you for fucking being my teacher because you're fucking great. But at the same time, dude, that shit did not start in the 80s, all right? They got a track record.
I'm looking at 1939, by the way, 2 years before American joined.
Dude, I'm thinking like fucking forever ago. And then they might have cleaned up, quote unquote, for a couple of decades before.
Allegedly.
Let's start not liking Turks again. It's like, dude, come on, man.
By the way, 1939 versus 1941. I'm just saying, you arrive late in more than one scenario. Because Canadians always arrive on time. And that's why we're polite, because we don't arrive until our partners do.
Well, I mean, the other thing, though, is like, if you show up late, that's impolite.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, hey, listen, the party starts at fucking 9. Well, it's if the party starts at 9, you're rude if you show up after fucking like 8:50.
Exactly. If you're not 15 minutes prior to the 15 minutes prior,
yeah, it might not be cool, but you're gonna be rude if you don't.
Exactly. Holy cow! Did we almost do 2 hours?
We're almost at 2 hours, man.
First Canadian and almost does 2 hours. I am proud of myself. Am I the first Canadian? Please tell me I'm the first Canadian.
I'm pretty sure you're the first Canadian here. If you're not, no one's told me. Fucking, I've had English and Scottish. I'm sorry, I have not had Scottish or Welsh, but I've had English, Irish, Australian. I need to get Wales and Scotland on here, and North Ireland, because that's a different fucking place. But
oh yeah.
Also, real quick, I don't trust the Irish to name anything because, like, they had that like brutal civil war for like 50 fucking years.
Yeah,
that's the troubles.
The Irish.
And then, like, World War II, they refer to World War II as the emergency. And it's like, oh, the Holocaust. That was an emergency.
A bit of an emergency. Mass genocide, bit of an emergency.
Bit of an emergency. It's like, okay, listen, I know we give shit to the English for being polite sometimes, but maybe
there's that entire thing, 6 million people, bit of an emergency.
Yeah. Fuckers.
But you know what? I will take pride in the fact that I'm the first Canadian who has ever taken down the trip. And I will take pride in the fact that I'm the first Canadian that has ever graced this sexy podcast.
Well, I've had some Minnesotans and Wisconsiners on here, and they're pretty much the same thing. So
they're Diet Canada at best.
Diet Canada. Yeah,
Canada minus the good beer.
Well, I don't know, man. Wisconsin's got Miller and PBR. Actually, fucking Wisconsin.
But as previously established, those are German.
Yeah, well, they are now, not originally. Actually, I think most American beer, like you consider American beer, not that bullshit you get from the fucking like corner bar that decided they wanted to fucking start making IPAs because they're cool now.
Because they're hipsters.
Yeah. Besides Coors and Budweiser, most American beer does come from fucking Milwaukee, which is in Wisconsin, right? Right? Yeah, it's Wisconsin.
Yes. Maybe, allegedly, probably.
Allegedly.
We started this podcast allegedly, and we'll end it allegedly.
All right. Well, before I boot you off,
a boot.
You haven't said a boot. Fuck. Goddamn. You're not working up to your fucking Canadian stereotype, eh?
I actually say a lot more than you would expect.
Well, you're just turning it off for the fucking public fucking broadcast.
I became American for July 4th because it's Freedom Day for you.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to be polite for you.
Yeah. So anyway, before you get booted to boot, can you tell the people where they can find you if they want to?
Well, you can find me at Last Call at TikTok, Last Call Haskell at Instagram. Please don't find me on Facebook or Twitter because that just gets weird at that point. And if you find me on Facebook, I will be extremely worried. And occasionally I do a podcast on occasion called the Bravo Sierra Hour. On occasion, it's the second most mediocre podcast in the world. And you can also find me on the Freedom Friends podcast. Every Monday they do a live stream and I'm there at about 9 p.m. on this time.
Which is Eastern time for those of you in the void.
There you go. So 9 p.m. Eastern time, they do a live stream, and I'm always there. And you can find me. And if you ever need mental health assistance, I am trained in mental health assistance. So if you ever need someone to say, "Hey, I'm having a bad day," let me know.
Talk to your friendly Canadian.
Exactly.
All right. Well, on that, thank you for being on, and I will have to do this again sometime.
I will happily be the residential Canadian who.
Residential Canadian. Here's our Canadian guy.
I will happily be the drunken Canadian who shows up on the American podcast.
Sounds good. All right. Well, with that, good night, everyone.